Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is NXT Takeover New Orleans. WrestleMania weekend is here. You can feel it in the air. It's gonna be a big one tonight. It's gonna be a big one come WrestleMania. We are in for the weekend of all weekends. The greatest weekend there can possibly be when it comes to wrestling. And this universe has begun. And it begins with Takeover New Orleans. Here tonight, big matches on our way, but the two biggest of them all coming at the tail end of the evening. Shirai challenges Tessa Blanchard for the NXT Women's Championship. Two women who have played a long role in fighting one another finally meet tonight with the title on the line. And as for the main event of the evening, it couldn't get much bigger. The unstoppable machine Brian Cage versus Tyler Bate for the NXT Championship. David has to defend his title against Goliath. Will the tale be written again? Can Bate overcome that which looks to take the title from him? All of that is to come later on this evening. We start things off with the NXT Global Championship Triple Threat match. The first of 4 title bouts this evening, the first of 6 matches this evening, and none of them you want to miss. It's going to be a huge evening for NXT TakeOver. It is going to be a huge weekend, and this is where it all begins. And we start with Punishment Martinez looking to take the title away from Lio Rush, alongside Elias in this triple threat contest. This all came about a few weeks back in NXT. Elias and Lio Rush were squaring off one-on-one for the NXT Global Championship. You couldn't pick a winner between the two of them. They were squaring off with one another until Punishment Martinez charged the ring, took out both men, laid them out, and there was no winner to that match. As a result of what happened on that evening, the NXT General Manager took matters into his own hands and declared that it would be a triple threat contest at NXT TakeOver New Orleans for the NXT Global Championship, and here we are now. Punishment Martinez comes in maybe with a good stack of momentum to him in terms of what he saw happen to the champion just this past few days ago on NXT, when Punishment Martinez watched as Lio Rush was laid out by SAnitY in what was supposed to be a tag team match and ended up being a handicap match, when Elias simply walked out on Lio Rush before the matchup even began, leaving him on his own against the wrath of Eric Young and Killian Dane. Young and Dane in action later on this evening. But as for now, this is SAnity's first crack at winning some gold here tonight. And here comes the man who certainly is going to catch the ire of the NXT crowd with his actions in that tag team matchup. Elias is the one who I imagine, after what happened at NXT, is under the skin of the NXT Global Champion the most. He's the one who's drawn the most... What's the correct word I'm looking for here? He's the one who's drawn the most attention to Lio Rush. He's the one who has drawn the most hatred, for lack of a better term, by Lio Rush. Elias, though, takes pride in it. He has done things his own way since arriving to NXT. He follows the beat of his own drum and no one else's. And I wonder, could the NXT Global Championship drift away from Lio Rush here tonight and go into the arms of the Drifter? Will Elias have it in him to take the title away from Lio Rush here tonight? Will Punishment Martinez stop that in his tracks and bring home more gold for SAnitY this evening? The champion is in a state of jeopardy. He doesn't have to be pinned to lose his title, of course, but that is not going to stop this guy fighting on with all the heart that we've seen in him since he won that title some 4 months ago. And he's going to keep that fight and that heart going to look to retain it here tonight. Lio Rush, the same as Tyler Bate, always been seen as the underdog, always been seen at the guy at the bottom, the one who just doesn't have it in him to be the top star around here. But he proved everyone wrong. He was the one to dethrone Pete Dunne and his 7-month reign as NXT Global Champion. It was Rush who did that. Can Lio Rush do it again here this evening? Can Rush hold on to the NXT Global Championship? Hurt or not from the beating he took from SAnitY, that's not going to stop Lio Rush from fighting on at 100 miles an hour here tonight. The man of the hour looking to be the NXT Global Champion still. And we've seen what he can do in a big match situation, and if Lio Rush can find that within him still, if he can unlock that edge to him that makes him, if he unlocks essentially that big match vibe to him, then there might be nothing that can stop Lio Rush, not even Elias or Punishment Martinez. But the difference maker, I think, in this one is Punishment Martinez. If this was a straight bout, I think Elias would struggle to get the win, but it's not. Punishment Martinez is the third party in this thing, and not only is he just a third party, he's perhaps the most ruthless party of them all. He's the one that these guys are going to have to keep their eyes out for the most as this one gets underway now. NXT TakeOver New Orleans begins, and Lio Rush starting things out of the gate with tremendous speed on Elias right there, and then big DDT as well. Punishment Martinez taking a step back in the early going there, but oh my god, just spiked him into the mouth with that spine buster, but incredible agility from Lio Rush right in the early goings of this contest to get himself out of that one. Hurricanrana from Lio Rush, the champion, looking to take control of the situation, much how he did a little over a week ago when he took a steel chair to both guys when they were meeting in a one-on-one contest. Look at this. Super kick to Punishment Martinez, his head held in position there by the turnbuckle. And a devastating blow inflicted on him as a result of it. Big clothesline there from Punishment Martinez, and Elias rolls out of the ring early on in this matchup, trying to catch a breather here, not be the best start for the Drifter. Jawbreaker there from Lio Rush, trying to do whatever he can essentially against Punishment Martinez in the early goings of this match, and why not? It's not going to be the easiest job in the world, shall we say, to keep a guy like Martinez down. If I was Elias and Lio Rush, I might think about getting a temporary Elias to take out Martinez and then making it about them two, because you're more likely to win the match with Punishment Martinez not involved in it than you are with him involved in it. Look at the strength of Lio Rush here. Not wasting any time to demonstrate it. 3 amigos he went for, but oh, big elbow drop from Elias. Broke things up there. And now Elias going to work on Martinez. Continuing up, picking up where Lio Rush left off. He's the NXT Global Champion now. On the outside, recovering. Meanwhile, in the ring, Elias is all over Punishment Martinez here. Big chop in the corner there. Punishment Martinez, though, shrugging it off essentially for a neck breaker. Gets countered by Elias. Drop kick and Martinez goes down. Drop kick and Rush goes down as well. Elias, the one in control in this contest right now. Can he ride this wave of momentum all the way to the NXT Global Championship, I wonder? Big knee in the face of the champion. Elias turns over Rush, first cover of the match here. Try to put him away, only going to get a 1 count on that one. Martinez charging back into the ring, but charges right back into a German suplex there, courtesy of Elias. Incredible strength to pull that one off. Elias going to go to the top rope here. And as is Lio Rush, maybe. Oh my goodness! Martinez catches him at a thin air. South of heaven to Elias. Hurricanrana though, and Martinez goes down. Incredible thinking. Rush doesn't look to try and end this contest though. Oh, what a spinning kick. Look at how quickly Martinez got back up to his feet. A bat in hand and a bat across the head of the global champion. But look at Rush, right up to his feet. But right into a DDT for Martinez. Elias only just getting up to his feet after South of Heaven connected. But quickly countered. Lariat there from Elias. Didn't look like he got a whole chunk of a whole chunk of his weight behind it. But he got enough to take Martinez off his feet, and we're back to these two guys squaring off in the ring now. Quick hits from Martinez, rocking Elias. Pop handle, fall away slam, and Elias almost went into WrestleMania's ring. Headbutt there. And Martinez with both men down. Has he done enough to capture the title? Rush says otherwise. Another cover made here by Martinez, and another kick out from Lio Rush. Look at Martinez just staying on the champion here. Driving his head into the mat to go along with it. Elias suplex there, and Martinez goes down. And with Martinez down, Elias might look to try and steal the work of Martinez. No! Kick out at 2, but boy, was Elias close there to taking home the global title. And what a bit of bragging rights that would have been as well over the man who he couldn't beat a few weeks back due to the interference of Martinez. What a way this has already been to kick off NXT TakeOver New Orleans, and there's plenty more coming our way as the night continues on. Tree of Woe for the global champion right now. Hung upside down. And Martinez comes in, charges after Elias there, and leaves Rush to hang upside down. Leaves the blood to rush to his head. No pun intended. That is a dangerous predicament that Lio Rush is in, because that is the worst place that a human body can be. Hung upside down, blood rushing to your head. Can pass out in an instant from it as well. And Rush, it seems, is just too exhausted to fight his way out of it right now. This is perfect. This is... Oh, no, never mind. There we go. Rush is getting himself out of it. That was a perfect opportunity for Martinez to try and finish Elias. Couldn't get it done, though. Chinlock here from Lio Rush on Elias. Punishment Martinez finding his own way to make sure this match is stopped by assaulting the referee there. I think he was trying to break up the hold, and the referee was just happened to be in the way of it. Rush trying to get himself back in this match right now. The underdog champion with another DDT there. Spiking Martinez's head into the mat. Look at how impactful Martinez has been this whole contest. Just taking both of his opponents down, keeping them down, and then just staying on it and not giving them a moment to recover. Oh, trying to slam Elias. Look at that, though. Elias planting his weight into the ring there, but sent over the top rope. Things not looking too good for him right now. Throwing back in the ring as Lio Rush makes his way back into the ring now. Another cover made. You can see after almost every move, Martinez wants the cover. Not too sure what Rush was looking for there. I think he was aiming for Martinez and missed. Hitting Elias. Doesn't matter, though, as he comes flying in. Martinez gets right up to his feet. Look at the speed, though, of Lio Rush. Kicks him down. And Elias, where he has been this whole match, down on the mat. Well, for the last few minutes anyway, down on the mat with no way of getting up here. Snap me. Oh, rolling kick there from Elias. But Rush right back on the money. No, he's not. Caught with a hit. Look at these two guys just back and forth with one another right now. They know that one of them has the opportunity right here, right now to be the NXT Global Champion. Which one will it be? Rush turns him round. Reverse suplex, driving him into the mat. Martinez getting up to his feet on the outside, and Rush was aware of it. He knew not to try and end the match right there. Oh my goodness! Tilt-a-whirl DDT! Tilt-a-whirl DDT! Martinez goes down! Rush goes up! Does he have it in him to connect? Oh, wet front elbow drop. But Elias moves out of the way there. Elias evades. And now he has the opportunity with Rush out of the ring to try and end it here. Cover made, kick out. These guys giving it socks to try and win, but Elias might well have it. He might well have it right now. Drift away! Drift away! Oh, but Rush in right away to break things up. Rush breaks things up in an instant. Death Valley driver into the mat. Goes Elias. And now the spinning Enziguri. Caught him flush. Martinez isn't moving. He's still down. This is Rush's moment. Final hour. Final hour from Rush. 1, 2. Lio Rush has done it. The man of the hour is still the champion of the hour. Lio Rush hangs on to the gold. The odds against him, they most certainly were. But that did not stop Lio Rush from holding on to the global title. Elias took care of Martinez with the drift away. Rush took care of Elias with the final hour. Still your NXT Global Champion, Lio Rush. And even in a situation like that, he wouldn't stay down. What a way to kick things off here at Takeover New Orleans. But this night has only just begun. Time for our next contest of the evening, a grudge match between two rivals, Jeff Cobb and Hangman Page, one-on-one, right here, right now. This all came about because of unexplained attacks from Hangman Page for the longest time on Jeff Cobb. He came into the ring, charged him with a chair, and suplexed him onto the chair as well. Cobb's head smashed into the chair. Then the week after, he tried to get under Cobb's skin more. He tried to attack him after the match, but that backfired and Cobb sent him over the top rope. Now, the match was declared on the penultimate episode of NXT, and on that same evening, Hangman Page said he was going to make it his promise to expose Jeff Cobb for the fraud that he is. And we saw these two men closing out the last edition of NXT alongside the main event of the evening, brawling in the ring. Hangman Page with a huge tope over the top rope to take care of Jeff Cobb on that evening. Can he bring the same move out this evening to claim victory over the man who he believes he's better than, over the man who he plans on exposing here this evening at NXT TakeOver New Orleans? There may not be a title on the line, but there definitely is the matter of proving your opponent wrong. Hangman Page in the ring right now. I think this is Hangman Page's first takeover. Matter of fact, I think this is both guys' first takeover as well. So this is going to be a very interesting evening for these two guys, and they're not exactly waiting to start get things going either. They charged at one another right there. Hangman Page barely had time to take off his entrance attire before Cobb came right at him. This match is underway. And here we go now. Cobb out of the gates immediately. Both these guys want this win oh so bad, but who's going to get it? Who is going to be able to get the win over the other? It's going to come down to who can hit the hardest, I think, with these two guys. They're in some ways, these two guys are oh so similar. They're hard hitters. They're heavy brawlers, but the agility and the athleticism that they have as well, you almost wouldn't expect it from them. You would assume Hangman Page to be a straight shooter, that kind of fighting type. But he has incredible athleticism in him, and the same goes for Cobb. I mean, this guy's an Olympic wrestler. You'd expect him to just be all about that, like Chad Gable is, or like Kurt Angle is, like Ronda Rousey is, but no. He provides incredible athleticism. And we've seen it in the ring. This guy can hit a shooting star press, for crying out loud. It's incredible to witness. Early cover there by Jeff Cobb as well on Hangman Page. And this match now starting to kick things up a notch. Here we go between these two. They are starting to get going. Hangman Page heading up to the top rope here, looking to fly onto Jeff Cobb right now. Crossbody. Cobb goes down. Cover made. Can he put him away? He can't even get a 1 count. Good start here between these two guys. This is what Takeover's all about, stealing the show, putting yourself out there on the big stage and firing away on your opponent with all the hatred that you have within you towards them. Fall-away slam there by Jeff Cobb into a front face lock now. Hangman Page quick to counter his way out of it. Kick in the gut. Wait a minute. Look at the strength of Page here to pile drive Cobb into the mat. Cobb's weight coming down on his neck. Devastating blow for Jeff Cobb. But look at that. 1 count and Cobb's up to his feet before Hangman Page. That is the kind of animal that Hangman Page has to deal with on this evening. Big knee in the face there by Hangman Page, and there is a standing shooting star press. There's the athleticism that I was talking about. Cover made by Hangman Page, almost got a 2 count with it. Not quite. And Page was second guessing himself, thinking that he's got a lot to do here if he wants to be victorious. Big chop in the chest. Cobb comes back with one of his own. Belly to belly. And an incredible one at that. Jeff Cobb sends Hangman Page into the turnbuckle, comes charging in. Oh, look at these punches. Right in the face. Uppercut after it as well. Hangman Page somehow stays up on his feet. And Hangman Page from behind. Teardrop suplex there to Jeff Cobb. But look at that. He can't keep Cobb down. These two guys can't keep the other one down right now. It is telling how personal it is right now. It is telling how much these guys want to beat the other. Look at that back suplex though from Cobb. Both these guys, in my mind, have all the potential in the world to be a future champion here on NXT. We talk about generations of NXT, about how Okada pretty much led the first generation, Corin led the second, Bate perhaps leading the third. Well, these guys could be the next generation of NXT. When the championship shifts on NXT, it almost feels as if the new generation comes into play, because when you're a champ in NXT, you're a champ for a while. Okada was champion for about 7 months. Corin was champion for some 9 months. Bate's been champion now for a better part of 7 months. And when the champion changes, so too does the landscape of NXT, as Cobb sends Page flying again. And he might look to send him now. Instead of flying, he might look to drive him into the mat with a tour of the islands. Good escape there from Hangman Page. Got himself out of that one. But didn't get himself out of a hard chop right in the chest. In the turnbuckle we go. What is Cobb going to do here? Forearm in the back. Hangman Page not going to wait to find out. He can't capitalize on it. He's sent back down onto the mat. What a thrilling contest this has been thus far. Like I said, neither guy giving the other one an opportunity. Neither guy giving the other one an inch. They want to win this as bad as their opponent does. This may well come down not to who wants it more, because it's pretty obvious they both want it the same, as the rings are sat and locked in here by Jeff Cobb. But it's going to come down to who can hit their big move. Not only the first, but the hardest. How hard can Hangman Page drive the body of Cobb into the mat for the rite of passage? How hard can Cobb drive Page into the mat for the tour of the islands? That is what this is going to come down to. Good counter there by Hangman Page in the moment. Page now having a grip on Jeff Cobb and looking to replicate what we saw on NXT. Hangman Page is about to fly. Tope up and over. And lands on his feet, no less. Incredible. Incredible. But it's Cobb who sends them back into the ring. That being said, Hangman Page is the one standing tall now. And again, the head of Jeff Cobb is whiplashed into that rope. And again, Hangman Page can't capitalize. Good God, has this one been a thrilling contest thus far? Just neither guy giving the other one an inch. That is what I have loved about this contest. Look at the strength now of Jeff Cobb. Deadlift, gut wrench, suplex. Hold your horses, Hangman Page. Jeff Cobb is certainly hanging on to Page as you come the trio of deadlift, gut wrench, suplexes. Is that enough for Jeff Cobb to claim victory here over Hangman Page? Goes into the cover, but wow. Can't get more than a 1 count. But he might be about to get the victory here. Cobb in place. Tour of the Islands. Middle of the ring. Page is planted. There's 2. There's a kick out by Hangman Page. Cobb thought it was 3. There were people in the crowd who thought it was 3 as well. Oh, there's the agility. Standing moonsault from Jeff Cobb. Covers him again, but again, Hangman Page kicks out early. And Cobb's body language tells the tale. Page is down right now though, and he ain't getting up anytime soon it seems. Deadlift powerbomb now from Cobb. And again he goes into the last chancery. Again he applies it here on Hangman Page. Trying to force him to tap out. Hard hit in the head there though by Hangman Page to get himself out of that hole. Both guys swing at one another. Hangman Page! Page in! Rite of passage! Rite of passage from Page! Oh, but it's not enough. It's not enough. Hit on a whim. Cobb couldn't stay down. Brainbuster onto the knee from Page. He goes to the top now. Hangman Page with a gorgeous moonsault. Covers Cobb. There's 1. There's 2. And another kick out. Hangman Page can't believe it. But Hangman Page might be about to end it. For victory over Cobb. Buckshot lariat. Has he done enough to finish off Jeff Cobb? Right here, right now. It was almost like a buckshot forearm. Cobb in trouble now at all. What a kick out. What a kick out by Jeff Cobb again. The big moves of Hangman Page proved not enough to finish off Jeff Cobb. And now it's Cobb's turn. About 3/4 of the way across the ring, he'll have to fly. Shooting star press. Are you kidding me? Oh, are you kidding me again? Kick out of 1 from Hangman Page. These guys are giving the other one an inch. Oh! Powerbomb backbreaker from Cobb. And it's Cobb's turn to hit big again. Deadlift, gut wrench suplex. Hoists Hangman Page into the air. Look at the strength in that suplex. Jeff Cobb could very well be 1 move away from victory, but he thinks this is enough to beat Hangman Page, who kicks out right away. Page won't go down. Page won't stay down. Page won't give in, but he might be forced to. Cobb is in. Tour of the Islands. 1, 2. Jeff Cobb has done it. What a match. What a match between these 2 guys. They wanted to fight each other, and they did. They wanted to brawl, and they did. They wanted to win, but Jeff Cobb did. Cobb, your winner. And he proves he's not a fraud. He's not overrated. He's not to be exposed. He's to be victorious in New Orleans. Jeff Cobb with a big win. Heading out of Takeover, but we cannot ignore the fight of Hangman Page in that moment. A star-making performance for both of them as they fought to see who the better man was. This one, well, it's not about that. This one is about betrayal. This one is about respect and the lack thereof it on one side. Kushida versus Hideo Itami up right now at Takeover New Orleans. There was always a little bit of tension between these two guys in the air. There was always problems between them, it seemed. And eventually, Hideo Itami brought his breaking point to Kushida. Kneeing him in the face, turning his back on him and saying that Kushida was a failure. Kushida tried to end his career by being such a useless tag team partner. Kushida felt betrayed, felt hurt by that, and he had every right to be. And he was the one who put the challenge out there. He was the one who wanted to fight Itami this evening and say that he was going to put him down. He was going to teach Itami what it means to have respect and to be respected. Itami was going to learn that message loud and clear from Kushida. We'll see if that'll happen right about now. These two guys are ready to go. There's been an awful lot in the way of tag team betrayals as of late across every roster. It's NXT's turn for it. And it's Hideo Itami's turn to prove, in his eyes, that he is better off without Kushida in his corner, by his side, as a tag team partner, or even as a friend. I didn't think this match would ever come about, to be fair. I thought that these two guys would have been able to resolve the differences. It was Kushida who was always trying to bring that idea of respect towards Itami. But it seems said from day one that Itami just wasn't interested. And now we see that come to fruition here tonight. Kushida versus Itami. This isn't going to be about an incredible match where both guys want to win it. This is going to be about a match where these two guys want to fight it out until there's a winner. And you could see there right from the get-go, Itami choosing to start the match on the outside, but Kushida showing him that he really is making this one personal. He really wants to win this his way. He really wants to hurt Itami tonight. Here we go between these two guys. Leg drop now by Kushida in the early phases of this match. Expect this one to be a hard-hitting display. Expect the elements of strong style that both these two men are well versed in to come out to play. Itami, quick kick there, scraped Kushida enough so that he could drive his ribs into the ropes. We saw on the last edition of NXT as well. Oh! Spinning kick in the face. Saw on the last edition of NXT as well. Kushida getting hit with a kendo stick, first in the ribs, then in the back. I wonder how much time he's had to recover from that. Spinning back fist there. That is a move that just has no respect for its opponent on purpose. And again, Kushida gets dumped down onto the ropes there. This has all been Itami ever since the match got back in the ring. Kushida, I think, is aware of that one right now. Didn't capitalize there. And oh, Itami, though, jumping right into that punch. Kushida's chance to turn things around here, attacking the arm a little bit. Seems as if he definitely wants to make him tap out. He wants the submission victory here this evening over Itami. That is a way to drive respect into this man, I guess, is to force him to tap out, to force him to admit that you are better. But Itami right now, the quick kicks catching Kushida off guard. Kushida having no response for them in the moment. Itami turning him round. Dragon suplex. Bridges him in the middle of the ring. Can't get more than a 1 count though. Quick and early kick out from Kushida. In the face there from Kushida as well though. And now Kushida, I think he needs to hit more moves. That's the simple reality of it. He's not hitting enough moves, and the moves, even then, the moves that he's hitting, they're too basic. He needs to go all out, and that's what he's about to do here. Corkscrew moonsault, maybe. Oh! Itami read him. He had the knees up, and Kushida felt the impact right into his ribs. Tiger suplex now. Kushida folding over himself. And Itami back in control in this match here. Itami lining it up, running knee in the face. But Kushida doesn't stay down. Back up to his feet here. Up on the shoulders. Could be looking for something big, but is also going to get countered. DDT there from Itami. And Kushida, he's just not on it right now. Is Kushida maybe too blinded? Is he maybe too... Is he almost too afraid to go all out? Does he not have it in him right now to go all out on Itami? It's the worst case scenario he could be in. He needs to go all out here. This is the man who has told him that his career is worthless. Kushida needs to kick it up a notch right now. Otherwise he's in trouble. Rolling him away slightly there. What's Kushida got in mind? Another leg drop across the throat of Hideo Itami. Here goes Kushida now. Clothesline. He's picking it up a notch now. Drop kick from Kushida. Could be in a good place to hit a big move. Is Kushida planning maybe on going all out? Michinoku driver to drive him into the mat. Kushida looking to strike big. Kushida looking for Back to the Future, but oh, even the hoverboard lock, but Itami denied it. Hideo Itami with the reversal. Kushida in big trouble now, perched up on that top turnbuckle. What has Itami got in mind? Oh my goodness, German suplex from all the way up there. German superplex from Itami to Kushida. Running knee in the face as well. Itami looking to end things. Kushida in huge trouble. Itami looking to beat him. Go to sleep. GTS. 1, 2, 3. Hideo Itami has beaten Kushida. Itami proves to Kushida that he does not care for respect, that he does things his own way, and that he always was better than Kushida. Itami, your winner, but oh, wait a minute, after the bell, assaulting Kushida further, getting the message across. He has no respect for this man, none whatsoever, but he demands it from Kushida. Itami, your winner. Kushida disrespected and beaten in New Orleans. Well, where does he go from there is the question. Where does Kushida go from having his partner turn on him, his friend turn on him, and then beat him? I am not too sure at all. But I know it is time to move on here at TakeOver New Orleans. 3 title matches to go, and here they all are in a row, back to back to back. Strap yourselves in. It's about to be a big one. SAnitY against Broken Brilliance coming up right now in TakeOver New Orleans. SAnitY have been a staple of the tag team division since November of 2017. It's about, what, 18 months, close to there, that they have had a stranglehold on this division. 2-time NXT Tag Team Champions, Killian Dane and Eric Young looking to make it 3. Punishment Martinez accompanying them to the ring. He couldn't get the job done earlier. He couldn't capture the Global Championship. But can he be at ringside? Let's see SAnitY reclaim the gold they lost in Philadelphia. SAnitY have shown that they want those titles and nothing more. Both Dane and Eric Young have victories in singles matches over Matt Hardy. And that's important for SAnitY. That's important for them because it could have knocked the momentum of Hardy a little bit. It could have knocked his belief that he has it in him to beat these guys in a straight match. Then again, this is Matt Hardy we're on about. That ideology might not exist within him. He might well just take a trip to the multiverse and all of a sudden come back bigger and better than ever, ready to claim victory. Who knows what goes on in the mind of Matt Hardy? I think it's safe to say none of us do. But as SAnitY stands at their full capacity in the ring, the first man that heads towards it is the most dangerous. Pentagon Jr. has been on top of his game, has been reformed under Matt Hardy, essentially been born again under Broken Brilliance. The tag team title around his waist to go along with it. Pentagon Jr. saw the ways of Matt Hardy, and in their short time as a tag team, within 2 months of being a tag team, they had the titles around their waist. It was Pentagon Jr. who won them the titles with back-to-back Pentagon drivers in Philadelphia on Killian Dane. Will history repeat itself here this evening? Will Pentagon Jr. defeat SAnitY? Will he be the one who holds on to the belts for Broken Brilliance at the end of the evening, I wonder? He looks into the eyes of the challengers. This is a man who has zero fear, and he illustrates that every time he's in the ring. Pentagon Jr. and himself squared off just a few days ago on NXT. It was Pentagon Jr. who came out with the victory on that evening. It was Pentagon Jr. who showed that he is not lacking in any confidence heading into this bout. But what is going through the mind of this man as he heads towards this contest? The leader of this tag team, and the man who is very much so broken. What has the multiverse had in store for Matt Hardy for this contest? What has been going through Hardy's head over the last few days? What has the wonders inside Hardy's head been telling him? What game plan has he constructed with Pentagon Jr. to provide victory over SAnitY this evening? They've done it once before. Can they do it again on another big stage? Punishment Martinez and Pentagon Jr. staring down with one another. There is no fear between either guy for one another there. Hardy ready to go here. And I can already envision the chants that are going to come the way when the bell rings towards the Tag Team Champions. Those are the titles on the line. And this may well be SAnitY's last crack at them if they cannot come out with the victory. Dane and Eric Young looking on. It's like they're on edge. They're ready. They want to fight. They want to go at him right now. They want to be the Tag Team Champions and nothing more. This is the first title defense for the duo of Hardy and Pentagon Jr. Will it be their last? Will this be it for them on this evening? Can they go any further? We are about to find out. Keeping themselves low in terms of eyeing up SAnitY. Keeping themselves low in terms of their confidence. Perhaps trying to mask it over. That's what's on the line here. The tag team titles up for grabs. Eric Young to start things off against Pentagon Jr. Here we go. Oh no, wait a minute. All members back in the ring. Dane wants to start this. Dane is fired up. He wants to go right now. He wants to get his hands on Pentagon Jr. But Eric Young demanding that he gets out of the ring. Bell rings. Here we go. Oh, that's not a good start. That is not a good start at all. For Eric Young comes flying into the gates, and Pentagon Jr. as if to say, Are you sure you wanted to fight me? Are you sure you wanted this? Pentagon Jr. in the early goings, attacking the leg and the arm there of Eric Young. This is why Killian Dane wanted to start things. He wanted to hurt Pentagon Jr. He wanted payback for Philadelphia. Kick in the gut there by Eric Young in the early goings here, trying to get one over on Pentagon Jr., but that's just not happening right now. Kicking the leg, this stumbles him back into the turnbuckle. Super kick there into the knee. Canadian Destroyer, Panama Sunrise, whatever you call it, trying to put away Eric Young with it right now. That, of course, could be the last move we see at WrestleMania. It could crown a new ECW champion in the main event. Adam Cole and Seth Rollins face off for the ECW title at WrestleMania. You do not want to miss the grandest stage of them all. I cannot illustrate that one enough. Big pile driver there by Eric Young as Matt Hardy now tagged into this contest. Hardy might need the assistance of the Woken Warriors in the crowd to cheer him on here, and he's definitely going to need it because here comes the brute from Belfast. Killian Dane tagged in. And this may well be where we discuss the mindset of Matt Hardy, whether or not his confidence has been knocked with the last few defeats to Eric Young and to Killian Dane. Dane getting into the face of Pentagon Jr. a little bit there, looking him in the eyes. Look out. Corking punch there from Eric Young, from Killian Dane, sorry, right there. Hardy in with a quick counter, and he needs to because this has all been Killian Dane since he got himself in this matchup. Hardy trying to get something going here. Forearm in the face. Snapmares him down. Elbow on the point of the head. Good stuff there from Hardy. Can he keep it going right here, right now? Into the turnbuckle we go. Something big could be on its way. Hardy, lariat, bulldog. Simple but effective, and EY wants back in this match right now. Save Dane for another time. Shot block there to the back of Hardy's leg. Drives him down. And you can just tell from the way SAnitY are fighting here that they aren't about having a good match this time around. They aren't about trying to be in control. They're about hurting Hardy and Pentagon Jr. Big moonsault from Eric Young. Is it enough for SAnitY to reclaim the gold? It is not. Very early kick out from Hardy. Big knee in the face from him as well. Hardy on the fight back here now. Into the turnbuckle goes Eric Young. Tag made. Pentagon Jr. the legal man. Double back body drop. And now Pentagon Jr. can try and turn things around for his team here. Shoulder tackle. And down goes Pentagon Jr. And here we go. Killian Dane wanted this, and now he's got it. Dane and Pentagon again locking horns in the ring. Dane came charging in with that shoulder tackle and the deadlift. Powerbomb connects once again this evening. Well, if it's a fight the Pentagon Jr. wanted, it's a fight he's getting right now. And I'll tell you another thing, it's a beating he's getting right now at the hands of Killian Dane. Sweeps the leg away there, though, does. Pentagon Jr. Oh, what a kick there, but Dane doesn't come off his feet, but a big backstabber. Middle of the ring, cover made, leg is hooked, but an early kick out. Nice combo there by Pentagon Jr. Trying to stay on it right now. Might look to wind it up again, this time on Dane. Canadian Destroyer. Got him with it. 300 plus pounds of Dane coming down on his head and neck. And with it, Hardy tags in. Matt Hardy now to the top rope, looking to hit big. Oh, knocked off the top rope there. It only staggers him briefly. I think Dane kind of softened most of the blow in all fairness. Oh, that's not a soft blow though. And neither is that elbow drop that follows up after it. Headbutt, elbow drop that follows. Killian Dane now. Big elbow drop again. Running elbow drop this time around. Oh. Dane is ruthless right now. I've talked about it before, about how much of a difference maker Killian Dane is, and honestly, SAnitY as a trio, there is every reason to believe that Killian Dane, if he went into a singles career, if he went, like, stayed with SAnitY, but if he went on his own, he could be something else, because the way he's controlled this match right now for SAnitY has been, there's no other word for it, incredible. He has dominated this match for SAnitY. Every time he's in the ring, SAnitY are in control. That says a lot about Killian Dane right now. Eric Young tags in and he sends Hardy up over the top rope. Broken Brilliance are going to have to find something soon. They're going to have to find something within them and quickly to hang on to these tag team titles. This is SAniTY's match to lose now. Hardy in. Here we go. Side effect to Eric Young. Young could be in trouble. SAnitY could be in trouble. That move could have flipped this match on its head. Tag made. Pentagon Jr. back as the legal man in this one. And here's the difference maker for the tag team champions. Killian Dane wants in again, and he's going to get it. Dane and Pentagon Jr. locking horns once more. Big forearm. Pentagon goes down, up to his feet, but he's knocked down again. Killian Dane. Does he have it in him to bring victory for SAnitY? Cross body, down goes Pentagon. But the save is made by Hardy just in the nick of time. Referee called the crossfire. If I was Eric Young, I'd be at ringside demanding that Punishment Martinez gets in the ring. Take advantage of the situation while it's in front of you. Dane sends Pentagon Jr. into the turnbuckle. This is a troublesome time for Pentagon Jr. Counters his way out of it. Pentagon Jr. He's in position now. History could repeat itself. Pentagon driver. The cover that follows. Eric Young was there, but Dane kicked out at 2. Hardy into the ring. Sends Eric Young on his way. And it's exactly the same as Philadelphia. Back to back. Pentagon drivers. 1, 2, they've done it! Broken Brilliance does it again. The tag team champions retain. And SAniTY's 18-month chokehold, near enough, on the NXT Tag Team division comes to an end. Hardy and Pentagon Jr. have done it. Pentagon Jr. fought tooth and nail with Killian Dane. Those two guys have a future with one another in this ring. But on this evening, it is victory for the tag team champions. 2 titles retained this evening. And what a feeling it must be for Hardy and Pentagon to see the back of SAniTY. Talk about people who have had a chokehold on this division. For the last year, more or less, Trifecta have had the same chokehold on the women's division. Does that come to an end here tonight as Tessa Blanchard defends her women's championship against Io Shirai? Shirai looking to succeed where others have failed. Can she do it this evening? Can she knock off Tessa Blanchard on top of that women's division? We find out up next. Here we go. A big contest. Io Shirai looking to succeed where others have failed, where Toni Storm has failed, where Charlotte has failed, where Kairi Sane has failed. Io Shirai looking to be the woman to take Trifecta off from the top. Since June, Trifecta has held that women's title. And it's been Tessa Blanchard since TakeOver Brooklyn. Since the first ever Women's Elimination Chamber. Shirai was not present for that matchup. But now, in this moment, one-on-one, in this ring, against Tessa Blanchard, it could all happen. She became the #1 contender by beating Shayna Baszler to earn the right to Tessa Blanchard. And from that moment on, she became prime target #1 for Trifecta. Beatdowns, 3-on-1 assaults. That's all it turned into, and that is the game plan of Trifecta. Shirai found an equalizer in the way of Toni Storm and Mayu Iwatani to help her get to Takeover. But now, in this ring, in this moment, they go it alone. No Storm, no Iwatani, and no trifecta for Blanchard. They've got to do it by themselves. And even though that might sound like it puts Shirai in an advantage, it does not. Blanchard is, without a doubt, one of the best women's wrestlers NXT has ever seen. She holds that title for that long for a reason. She has beaten the likes of Charlotte, Toni Storm, and Kairi Sane for a reason. The last time she retained the title was at Philadelphia inside the steel cage against Toni Storm, when Storm risked it all to be victorious, when she put everything on the line to win. And it didn't work. Blanchard picked up the win. Storm and Blanchard have traded blows with one another in the build up to this match. But it all comes down to this moment. It all comes down to what they can do in this ring right now. It all comes down to the fight of these athletes. And whoever has the bigger heart, whoever has the bigger fight within them, leaves New Orleans with the Women's Championship. They stare face to face with one another. Shirai ready to go. As is Tessa Blanchard. Blanchard has no intentions of losing that women's title that she's held since the back end of August. Does Io Shirai have it in her to take it away from her? Does Shirai have it in her to knock her off from her pedestal at the very top? We are about to find out. Strap yourselves in, because these next two matches are going to be some of the best I think that NXT will put on this whole year. Shirai and Blanchard back up to their respective corners. And here we go. The NXT Women's Championship is up for grabs. The bell rings and we have begun. The time for cheap attacks is over. The time for underhanded assaults is over. The time for mind games has passed. The time for fighting is now. And what a match we are about to be in for between these two women. Shirai bursting out of the gate here against Tessa Blanchard. Hurricanrana, and down goes Blanchard in the early goings here. Shirai has felt the full force of the trifecta assault. She has felt the force of Magnum in this ring. Tessa Blanchard has evaded the moonsault. She has evaded being hit with that move so far in the build up to this contest. But could that all be about to change in this ring? Shirai has that hold locked in deep right now in the early goings, trying to get a feel here, a feeling out process of Tessa Blanchard. Trying to see how she can succeed where so many others have failed. Shirai sends her over the top rope there. Tessa Blanchard comes back though, forearm in the face, back in the ring. Comes Blanchard, kick in the gut. Snap mirrors her down, and this time she gets the kick in the back. You can see how much she put behind her by how Shirai arched her back in pain there. Flying forearm in the corner from Blanchard. This isn't going to be about where these two women share respect for one another. I think that can be true throughout all of tonight, to be fair. Oh, backspring elbow there. Nicely done from Shirai. Very nice move indeed. And she'll look for it once again, but oh, that time Blanchard had the counter for it, driving her head into the mat. Counter from Shirai, however. Look at this. Tilt-a-whirl head scissors, and down goes Blanchard again. Blanchard doesn't have a response right now to the fast-paced, high-octane offense of Io Shirai. Early cover made. Shirai on Blanchard, looking to wear her down, I imagine, more than what she's looking to do, win the title. In the turnbuckle we go again. Shirai will hit it again. Oh, but look at how quickly Blanchard recovers there. Look at this now. Has control of the arms. Rainmaker-esque with the wrist control lariats. Good counter from Shirai though. Ducks under. Tessa Blanchard here. Then leapfrogs her. Hurricanrana again. Shirai has just got something right now. He's just got an edge to it that Blanchard cannot counter. Drives her into the mat there. And that's the perfect position for Shirai to strike early. Could we be in for a big upset right now? Shirai going to look for the moonsault. Knees up from Blanchard. Blanchard had that move long studied, and you could tell. And way too early in this one as well for Shirai to look for victory. Suplex there from Tessa Blanchard, and a reverse STO as well. Drives Shirai's head right into the mat. Looking to capitalize there was Blanchard, but denied. Shirai denied as well with that dropkick. Blanchard gets in one of her own. A little bit of one-upsmanship there between these two women. Blanchard turns her around. Back suplex. Drives her into the mat. Back twisting back suplex into the facebuster. One of the big moves of Trifecta member Jazzy Gabbitt, but it's not going to put away Shirai here. Io Shirai has fought through too much of the beatdowns from Trifecta to simply stay down this early. And Tessa Blanchard has carved too much of a legacy in the women's division of NXT to be beaten this quickly as well. We're seeing this right now as these two women fight it out into the turnbuckle there when Io Shirai's head, as did Tessa Blanchard's, in all fairness. Up and over that top rope now goes Blanchard in a precarious predicament. Now is Shirai. Sunset flip here, roll up cover from Blanchard, trying to put her away. Oh, can't even get a 2 count. Blanchard looks for that flying forearm in the turnbuckle again. Shirai moved out of the way of it this time round. Snap, German suplex. Hard hit, but smart to not go for the cover as well. Right away, Blanchard would have been in the ropes. Now she looked for the cover, but too much time has passed to try and hope that this will be enough to put her away. It took too long trying to drag her into a safe position there, and it cost her. Blanchard getting up to her feet. Backstabber there to Io Shirai. Turn your attention away from the women's champion for a moment, and you will pay for it. Reverse STO, no! STO of Shirai's own. Driving a clothesline in with it for good measure. Io Shirai is up on his shoulders now. And into the mat there. Fireman's carry slam. And oh, what a kick out. Right away from Tessa Blanchard. Shirai stunned almost. And every reason to be as well. Forearm in the face now by Blanchard. Things starting to pick up quite a bit in this match. Hammerlock DDT. Has Blanchard done enough to claim victory? Oh, so close to holding on to that women's title. So close indeed. Blanchard just not able to do it though. But Blanchard going to take things to a high extreme here. No, she's not. Shirai stops her in her tracks. Oh, knee, meet, face from Io Shirai there. Hurricanrana again. No, this time Blanchard had it red, and it's a facebuster bomb for Io Shirai to endure. And now look at this submission hold from Blanchard on Shirai. Look at that. A torturous submission move for Io Shirai, hung up in the air. An incredibly difficult move to escape, but Shirai evades it. Shirai getting in some more counters right now. She's keeping her fight back going, and she's going to drive her into the mat once again. Yeah, once again, Blanchard has no response for it. Cover made, and again, an early kick out. What does Io Shirai have to do to make sure that Blanchard stays down for a 2 count? Let alone for the moonsault. Nice back suplex there. Leg swept away. Io Shirai sees the chance. She's going up high. Is she going to go for that moonsault again? She will. And she won't connect with it for a second time. Knees into the gut there by Blanchard. But Shirai keeps the fight back going. Oh, good spinning counter from Tessa Blanchard. Hammerlock DDT once again. And Blanchard goes up high now. Blanchard looking to end things right here. SAnitY sent on. Into the cover she goes. Will it put away Shirai? It will not. Kick out at 2. I thought Blanchard was going to plan for Magnum there. Seems not. She's biding her time before she hits that move as well. Up and over the top rope goes Shirai right now. This is a terrible predicament to find herself in. Brought back in the ring. Forearms in the back. Shirai tangled in those ropes. Backstabber to go with it as well. Jawbreaker there from Shirai. Tilt-a-will head scissors again, and down goes Tessa Blanchard. These two women are putting it all on the line right now, are giving it socks to claim victory. Shinlock applied here. I think Shirai just looking to try and almost catch her breath to recover momentarily on Blanchard. And as well to take the air out to Blanchard to make sure that she can't recover. Standing moonsault. At least she gets a moonsault in this match so far, but Blanchard kicks out of it right away as if to say, gonna need far more than that. Shirai picks her up now. Sends her into the turnbuckle. Oh, look for that reverse spear. Look to drive Blanchard into the turnbuckles again. Reverse STO, and Blanchard sees that as her opening. Blanchard sees that as the chance to claim victory. Oh, is she going to do it? She calls her to her feet. Is it going to be Magnum? No, she went for a dropkick, but Shirai had it red. Look at the counters now. These two women are bringing out. Back and forth between them. Went for a slap there did Blanchard, but Shirai countered it. And again, she's going to drive it for the 3rd time. Into the mat. And a perfect position to finally hit it. To finally hit the moonsault. She won't look for it. Double stomp though into the sternum of the women's champion. Blanchard in trouble right now. Shirai going to look for different measures to win this one. But Blanchard puts the brakes on it and takes the leg away from Shirai as well. A big move from Tessa Blanchard, and another hammerlock DDT. That puts Shirai in the perfect position, and Blanchard knows it. She goes up top. Shirai could be done for. Magnum from Blanchard. The double knees into the face of Io Shirai. Blanchard covers Shirai for the title to hold on to it. No! With everything she had in her, Io Shirai kicks out at 2, and Blanchard can't believe it. She thought that was the one. She thought she was about to retain her title. She thought Shirai was going to be another name on a list of failed contenders. But Shirai says otherwise. Kick in the gut there by Blanchard. She is still alive, but so too is Io Shirai. Back elbow again though. Blanchard finds the counter to it. What a match this has been. What a match we are witnessing right now. Oh no. Face first into the turnbuckle. That's certainly going to help set things up for Magnum. Blanchard taking the legs away from Shirai, trying to prevent her from going to the top rope, trying to prevent her from hitting the moonsault. Fireman's carry into transitions into a gorilla press slam. Incredible strength for Blanchard. Look at how much this match is taken away from her though. Cover made, and Shirai kicks at it too. And now we get into the part of the match where we question how much do these two women have to do to pick up the win. I am not too sure at this point because they've given it everything. I am left believing though if Shirai can hit this moonsault, she's done it. Cover made, and again Blanchard kicks out as early as she can. Though I'm not too sure how wise it is at this late stage of the match. Shirai has her in here. Looking to hit big. Turns around. Straight jacket, German suplex for the title. Is it enough? Blanchard kicks at it too. But look at how Shirai stays on the money. Top rope, top rope. Is this the one? Is this the one? Double stop again. I thought that was a perfect time for her to hit the moonsault, but Shirai thought otherwise. Double stop into the gut, and Blanchard again kicks out as early as she can. Back to that chin lock. From Io Shirai. Blanchard up to her feet and socked her with that hit there. Shirai didn't go off her feet, but these two women have put so much into this match that I'm surprised both of them can still stand. Again, reverse STO. Surfboard stretch incoming for Shirai. Her back getting stretched out there. Agony Shirai is going to be in. Complete agony. Can she hang on in it though? Or will she submit? No, she stays alive. Shirai. Oh, both women looking for something big there. One went high, one went low. And Shirai came off on the worst end of the stick though, hanging onto the ropes there. And Blanchard capitalizing. It's as if she sees weakness in Shirai right now. It's as if she sees the chance to end it. Blanchard lifts her up once again. Forearm in the face. Oh, good counter from Shirai, however. Wait a minute, driving her right into the mat. The full weight coming down on the head of Blanchard. Is it enough? No, Shirai can't put her away yet. Blanchard down though. Shirai goes up high. Is this the moment? Finally! Moonsault from Shirai! Moonsault from Shirai! But she's not looking for it yet! A second moonsault on Blanchard! She drags her into position! She drags her to another turnbuckle! Shirai for a third! Moonsault to Blanchard! 3 in a row! A trifecta of moonsaults! Io Shirai is the NXT Women's Champion! She overcame it all! She overcame everything Tessa Blanchard had in her! And she gets the sweet, sweet feeling of victory! A new champion crowned this evening! Trifecta knocked from their perch! Io Shirai, the new NXT Women's Champion! Trifecta did everything in their power to keep her down, and it didn't work. Io Shirai stands tall. Io Shirai is the new NXT Women's Champion. And what a moment this has to be for this woman. Congratulations to Io Shirai. She has beaten Trifecta in New Orleans. But now, it is time for David versus Goliath. The NXT Women's Championship on the line. Goliath in the challenger. David in the champion. How will this tale be written here tonight? We will find out. Brian Cage, Tyler Bate, NXT title on the line. The two very best talents on NXT squaring up right now. A class above the rest. That was the phrase for Tyler Bate. And why not? The man had beaten everyone who had come his way. From aces to dreams to even the most ruthless of men NXT has ever seen. Bate is an NXT champion for the ages, but tonight he faces a whole new challenge. The Machine, Brian Cage. A man who has not only earned his shot at the title, but took out everyone else on the way to it, even Bate himself. Cage has been undefeated since his arrival to NXT, but now he seeks gold, the most important gold that NXT has to offer. Tyler Bate knows he's the David of this tale, but can history repeat itself? Can David beat Goliath once more? Can Tyler Bate defeat Brian Cage for the NXT Championship? We are about to find out. It's the main event of NXT TakeOver New Orleans. It's David versus Goliath. Another takeover for the history books this one has been. But when it is written into its etchling in NXT history, who will it say won the main event of the evening? Who will it be written as NXT champion from the end of this evening? We are about to find out. Brian Cage has steamrolled through everyone, even Tyler Bate himself, to get to this moment. Is this the moment where he eclipses everyone? Is this the moment where Goliath takes charge of NXT? Cage has been through them all. Ishii, Lio Rush. The biggest names that NXT have to offer, Cage has gone through them, and he's made a record in his way of ending careers. Big Show, to name one. Big Cass, to name another. But Xavier Woods on the injury shelf. He has taken guys out along the way, and he has taken pride in it as well. But there is one man who won't stay down, whatever Cage tries. There is one man, regardless of size and stature, who will never back down to what is thrown his way. And it is the NXT champion. Tyler Bate heads towards the ring right now. Size doesn't matter for Bate. Height doesn't matter for Bate. As Bate himself put it, he enjoys being the underdog. He is more than happy to be the David of this tale. Because he knows how it is written. David conquered Goliath. In many ways, Tyler Bate has already conquered Goliaths of NXT. He beat Hiroshi Tanahashi to get to that NXT Championship. He beat Corin to win the NXT Championship. He beat him again to remove him from NXT. He beat the Velveteen Dream, the only man to have done so. Tyler Bate has been a champion for the ages. You may not realize it, but Bate has been one of the most dominant NXT champions we've ever seen. More dominant than the Rainmaker. Maybe even more dominant than Corin. Just in the way of how he is within that ring. Because when that bell rings, when the title is on the line, there are few in the world that are better than Tyler Bate. And the question is, in those few, is Brian Cage one of those names? Cage has been through everyone. Like I said, these are the two very best of NXT. Which one of these two is going to be the best? There always has to be a bigger fish. There always has to be the top dog, the alpha male. Which one will that be of NXT? Brian Cage looks bigger than Tyler Bate. Brian Cage looks like he could decimate Tyler Bate in an instant. But when that bell rings, Tyler Bate possesses the heart of a Brian Cage, the size of Brian Cage. Don't let the external stature of Tyler Bate fool you. This guy can do it all. The main event of NXT TakeOver New Orleans has begun. Tyler Bate versus Brian Cage. The title on the line. Bate has been through them all. Can he go through Brian Cage this evening? We saw how things are heading into TakeOver. The brawl on the top of the stage. The suplex on the stage to go along with it. The agony that Bate had to have gone through in that moment. Can it bring him adulation this evening as he looks to achieve a victory over Brian Cage? Something that, to my knowledge, hasn't been achieved. Cage has never been beaten, has never been pinned in this universe. Saito suplex early on there. turnbuckle. Goes Cage face first. Uh-oh, this isn't going to be good. Big German suplex. But Bate to endure early on. But Page is fighting back. So too is Cage right now. You're just seeing these two guys in the early goings. Just fighting with one another. Oh, good God. Cage. Sunset flip to the outside. And Tyler Bate now taking a lot of punishment outside of the ring by Brian Cage here. This is exactly, though, what Cage wanted to do. He wants to hurt the champion. He wants to beat him down until he can't get back up. He wants to victimize Cage. He wants to victimize Bate to take that title away from him. Cage flying back into the ring. Elbow drop on the back of Tyler Bate. Talked about the athleticism of Jeff Cobb earlier this evening. The same can be said for Cage. Only Cage is much bigger than Cobb. Chinlock applied here now. Brian Cage trying to keep Tyler Bate pinned down. Trying to just overpower and dominate him in this match right now. Must make sure there's no opening for Tyler Bate in this match. Bate getting up to his feet, fighting out of it here. Double elbows to escape the clutch of Brian Cage. And Uranagi slam down there. Comes charging in at full force and gets driven into the mat with the same amount as well. Momentum used against him. This is all Brian Cage right now in the early stages of this match. Counters, spinning heel kick, and Bate goes down. The power of Cage is something that Bate hasn't faced before. He's faced the ruthlessness of Corin. He's faced the mind games of the Velveteen Dream, but he's never faced outright power like he has with Brian Cage. There's no undertones here like the mind games of the Dream. This is just raw power from Brian Cage that he's looking to use to claim victory. Shining Wizard from Tyler Bate. Rolling wheel kick as well. That caught him flush. Bate has an opening right now to capitalize, and he's looking to take full advantage of it. Looking to connect with the Tyler driver. Can't even get the kick in the gut. Oh, good God, no way. Cage up high. Cage up high. Cross body to Bate on the outside. Oh, my goodness. What a move from Brian Cage. Big forearm in the face, though. These two guys now fighting it out outside of the ring. Oh, Brian Cage, though, has a clutch on Bate. Slams him into the apron. Oh, slams him into the apron. The hardest part of the ring to come down on. That's just a steel bar there, essentially, that supports the ring, and Bate's back came down on it. Bate coming back, though. Fighting back hard right now. Stomping the arm there of Cage. Covers him. Trying to do everything in his power to keep this man down. Trying to do everything he can to overpower the challenger. That is something far easier said than done, though. This is smart, though. This is where the ring mindset of Tyler Bate comes into play. Attacking the leg of Brian Cage is smart. But Cage just right up to his feet. Every time Bate tries to fight back, Cage finds a new way to put him down. Leaping knee. Now to the top rope goes Brian Cage. Bate is in huge trouble. Big splash. Is that enough to win the title? Some 300 pounds coming down on Bate, and he still gets the shoulder up just in the nick of time. Just. Now it's getting even more dangerous. Cage just flew from the top rope, but Bate makes sure that he doesn't come off. Went for a rolling wheel kick again. Cage got the reversal to it. No! Is this it? Is this it for Tyler Bate's reign? Weapon X for Brian Cage. Drives him into the mat. Bate is down. Cage into the cover. Hooks the leg. No ropes to save the champion. But Bate is out at 2. Bate has done enough to kick out at 2 there. He stays alive. And he's fighting back now. A champion fighting back. Reverse run at a Cage. Spiked him on his head. Counter though from Cage, back up to his feet. Trying to keep Tyler Bate pinned down right now. Big elbow there from Bate. We've seen Weapon X. Bate needs a Tyler driver to turn things around. He needs to hit big himself to turn the complexion of this match around, because this is Cage's match to lose. Bate needs to bring himself back into this bout. Oh, what is Cage going to do here? Putting him up against the ropes right now. Oh no. Oh no, I know what he's doing. I know what he's going to do. Oh my goodness, pile driver off the apron. Bate has felt that before from Corin. And now Cage just cementing his beatdown of the champion. Into the ring post goes Bate. Full force into it. This is a ruthless beatdown now. Back in the ring, Bate is thrown by Cage. Is there anything left in the NXT champion at this point? Cage up high, crossbody, didn't get all of it. Didn't have a far enough reach on it, and it showed. Here goes Cage again, another leaping knee on Bate. And with everything that the champion's gone through, is it enough? Bate says no, he's out at 2. And Bate not only there, fighting back as well. There's the rolling wheel kick. Bate is still alive. Bate is still hanging on in this one, but Cage kicking out ever so early. You're Tyler Bate. You've got to be thinking, how do you catch a break at this point? Bate, wait a minute, is he in? Is Tyler Bate in? He's got Cage. Tyler driver from the clutches of defeat. Tyler Bate hasn't done it. He hasn't done it yet. Cage kicks out at 2. Saito suplex though. The champion is alive. The champion is alive. Oh, right in a headlock there. An uppercut. But Cage fights back. Bate fights back. Look at this now. Champion and challenger tooth and nail. But it might all be over. Brian Cage. Weapon X again. Covers him. Bate saved by the ropes. Bate saved by the rope, stretched his arm out just enough to get the rope break, and Cage is livid. Lariat attempt there by Cage, stopped by Bate, got him good. What are we going to see from Tyler Bate now? Springboard uppercut. Knocks the challenger off his feet, and busted him open as well. Bate hasn't given in for a second. Tyler Bate up high to the outside. Oh, went for a 450 to the outside, but all he got was knees in the gut. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Into the mat. All you could hear was the thud of Bate's body hitting the mat there, but it's Bate who sends him back into the ring. It's Bate who's still got the fight in him to keep on going. After 2 Weapon X's, the champion is still alive. Bate rolls out of the way there. In the turnbuckle we go now. And again, that headlock punch. Could be argued about a closed fist, but the referee staying lenient. That elbow had enough to almost decapitate Tyler Bate. Front face lock STO from Cage. He covers Tyler Bate now for the title. No way. Bate is recovering. Brian Cage is quickly learning what the heart of Tyler Bate means. But Bate could be done for now. Look at this. Look at that deadlift powerbomb from Bate. On the second rope now. Knee into the face of Cage. No remorse from the champion. He knows what needs to be done. DDT now. Covers him for the belt. Cage kicks at it too, but look at this now. Bate is on top of his game. Bate has found a second wind, and he's still got about 2 more wins left to go after that. Chinlock applied. Will Cage submit here? Will Bate be the first person to beat Brian Cage? He's done it to Corin. He's done it to Dream. But he can't do it to Brian Cage right now. He can't topple him like he's toppled his other rivals. Back suplex. Bate flips out of it. And another reverse Rana. The entire weight of Brian Cage comes down on his head and neck. Bate sees an opening. 450 from the champion. Bate doesn't go for Bate, slow into the cover actually. Very slow indeed. And that could have been the difference between a 2 and a 3. But look at how Bate just stays on himself right now. Look at this. Torturing the arm of the champion. Tyler Bate has Cage almost right where he wants him here. But oh, Cage finds the counter and now takes his aggression out in the arm. Tell you something, it was Brian Cage. It was all Brian Cage about 5 minutes ago. Now it's become all Tyler Bate. Gut wrench, suplex though. Cage getting in hard-hitting moves, but Bate is getting in far more moves. He has turned this match around and he has busted open Cage to prove it. Bate in. Oh, Bate trying to win this title by any means necessary. Rolls up Cage. Oh. Cage with the shoulder up at 2. And that tells the story of how much this match has taken out of Tyler Bate. Slow up to his feet. And Cage suplexes him into the mat, making him pay. Discus clothesline. Bate folded upside down, inside out as a result of it. Cage goes up top now. He's got a long way to fly. And Bate moves out of the way. Bate evaded it. Both men scrapping there. Look for Weapon X. Denied. Spinning heel kick. And the blood on the face of Brian Cage is getting worse. Advantage Bate on that regard. The more blood Cage loses, the better I would say Bate's chances of retaining are. Bate's in position now. Bate isn't interested in going any longer. He wants to win it. Tyler Driver to slay Goliath. No! Cage kicks out at 2. He's up to his feet again. Bate, 3rd time. Tyler Driver again. 1, 2. No! How much closer can you get to 3? Tyler Bate gonna look for number 4. 3 in a row. No! Cage stopped it. Cage stopped it right in its tracks. The machine coming right back. Reverse suplex there into the mat. When Tyler Bate, that face lock STO. And Tyler Bate is being punished now. Cage has come back. He's found his second win in this contest. How much more How much more does either guy have to give to walk out with the NXT Championship? How much more do these two men have to sacrifice of their careers to be victorious? The NXT Championship means everything. Being the face of this brand means everything to these two guys, and we're seeing it right now. Bate cannot give in. He just refuses to. The word quit is not in the vocabulary of Tyler Bate. In the corner now, punching away on the open wound of Brian Cage. This is an incredibly smart maneuver from Bate. Take any measure possible to retain the title. And not once has Bate bent the rules either. You could talk about that close punch, but the referee didn't condemn him for it. So it was free reign. Spinning heel kick there. Bate up to his feet. Oh, Bate looked rocked from it though. And not only that, Bate has got a cut on his own head. Both guys bleeding. If that doesn't tell you how much these guys are given to be the champion, then I don't know what will. Uppercut from Bate now. Bate, number four, a fourth Tyler driver. Surely this is it. Surely, oh my goodness. Brian Cage kicked out of one after 4 Tyler drivers. Headlock punch again. Look at all the blood that Cage has lost in this match. Turns him round. Is it going to be that front face lock Castillo again? Yes it is. Yes it is. Brian Cage found an opening and he capitalized. Cage is in. Cage is in the driver's seat. Drill claw to Bate. Drill claw to the champion. Bate is in jeopardy. Brian Cage drags him into the middle of the ring. He's looking to end it. He is looking to be the champion. Kick in the gut. If he hits it, it's over. Weapon X! 1, 2, Tyler Bate kicks out at 2! Bate is out at 2! And Cage can't believe it! Neither can this crowd! Neither can I! Huge lariat! Bate is fighting on heart and heart alone! There is nothing left keeping Bate in this but his heart! Sunset flip powerbomb to the outside. Tyler Bate is on his last gasp of energy. And he's going to do everything he can to hold on to that title with it. Bate looked for a strike. Countered. Discus clothesline. Folded inside out. Brian Cage looking to rewrite the tale of David and Goliath. Drill claw! Cover on Bate! 1, 2, we've got a new NXT champion! Brian Cage has done it! Cage has done what Corin couldn't! What the Velveteen Dream couldn't! What Hiroshi Tanahashi couldn't! Brian Cage has beaten Tyler Bate! And is the new NXT champion. David conquered by Goliath. The tale rewritten at Takeover. The new NXT champion, the Machine Brian Cage. He had to endure every last ounce of punishment, of torture, of heart, of survival from Tyler Bate. But he did. And he claimed the ultimate prize of NXT at the very end of it. Tyler Bate, perhaps one of the best NXT champions we've ever seen, but there is a new NXT champion in town. His name is Brian Cage. NXT Takeover is in the books. Next up, WrestleMania. We will see you then. Take care.